Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we cut through all the noise and pull up the really key stuff for you.
Yeah, basically giving you the important info without the overload.
Exactly. Think of it as your quick way to get up to speed. Today we're jumping into a short summary of some big AI news. Lots happening in the tech world.
For sure, our goal is just to give you that clear overview, those moments where it clicks,
Right. Highlighting what really matters. So where should we start? Microsoft.
Sounds good. Yeah, some pretty interesting developments and strategic moves lately shows how fast AI is being baked into everything.
Well,
Let's definitely start with Microsoft.
Okay, let's dive in. So first thing, Microsoft apparently told its own employees, hey, you can't use the DeepSeek app.
Yeah, that came out when their president, Brad Smith, mentioned it in a Senate hearing, actually.
And the reasons he gave were, well, pretty serious.
Right, and the core of it, according to Smith, is really data security. That's the main flag they raised.
How so? What's the specific worry?
Well, the DeepSeek app, its setup means user data gets stored in China, which means it falls under Chinese law. And, that potentially involves cooperating with state intelligence agencies.
Okay, that's a big one.
Definitely. And they also mention worries about potential Chinese propaganda showing up in DeepSeek's answers.
So kind of a two-part concern, data access and content influence.
Exactly. It shows this sort of balancing act, doesn't it? Microsoft wants the tech, but only where they control the environment, the data flow.
Right. Trying to use the AI, but manage the security and maybe the geopolitical side too.
Mm-hmm. It's a tension lots of companies are facing.
And Smith actually highlighted that this is the first time Microsoft has publicly announced a ban like this.
Yeah, he did. Even though apparently other places have similar rules. Makes you wonder, why now? Why make it public?
Especially when, and this is the confusing part, Microsoft actually offers DeepSeek's R1 model on their Azure cloud service.
Right. It seems like a total contradiction at first glance. They started offering it not long after the model got popular.
So what's going on there? Offering the tech, but banning the app for your own team.
Okay, so the crucial difference here is the app versus the underlying AI model. The ban is on the app, probably because of that direct data transfer to China and, like you said, the content influence risk.
Yep.
But the model itself, the engine driving it, is open source.
Meaning companies can grab the code?
Exactly. They can download it, run it on their own servers, keep everything in-house.
Gotcha. So they use the AI power, but the data doesn't leave their control. It doesn't go to China.
Precisely. It's like using a specific social media app versus using the base code that could power lots of different apps when you host yourself.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's about controlling the data path.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you host the model yourself, didn't you say there might still be risks?
Yeah, absolutely. Even running it locally, the model itself could, potentially generate biased stuff or maybe have security holes in the code.
Right. Those are risks with pretty much any AI model, I guess.
Yeah, regardless of where it originally came from.
And Microsoft did claim they modified the DeepSeek model before putting it on Azure. So they removed harmful side effects.
Mm-hmm. And they mentioned doing rigorous red teaming and safety evaluations.
But they didn't give them any specifics, did they, about what exactly they changed?
No, not really. It leaves you wondering, was it a major fix or just, tweaking around the edges?
And what does red teaming usually mean for AI safety? Just briefly.
Typically, it means you have teams trying hard to break it, find weaknesses, biases, ways it could be misused, like a stress test or simulated attack.
Okay. And then there's the competition angle too, right?
Oh, definitely. Can't ignore that. DeepSeek's chatbot app goes head-to-head with Microsoft's own Copilot.
Yeah, good point. But then it gets weirder because Microsoft allows other competitor apps in the Windows Store, like Perplexity.
Right.
But you won't find Google Chrome or Google Gemini in there.
Huh. So it's selective.
Yeah, it seems like a mix of competition and security shaping their strategy. Okay, let's switch gears. What about Google? What are they up to with AI?
Well, Google's focusing on using AI for user protection, specifically in Chrome.
Protecting users from scams. That sounds pretty important given how much we all use browsers.
Exactly. And what's cool is how they're doing it. They're using Gemini Nano, that's their smaller on-device AI model.
On-device, so it runs right on your computer.
Yeah, for desktop Chrome users.
Okay, and how does that help?
So if you've turned on Chrome's enhanced protection mode, which already gives you more security,
Right.
This adds another AI layer on top. Because it's on device, Gemini Nano can analyze websites instantly in real time.
So it's faster at spotting risky sites. even new scams.
That's the idea. Helps protect against stuff, even things security systems haven't seen before. Initially, they're focusing it on blocking those fake remote tech support scams.
Gotcha. And are they planning to do more with this?
Yeah, they said they want to bring this kind of AI protection to Android devices too and cover more types of scams down the line. Seems like a big push for them.
Makes sense. What else on the security front?
Well, also for Android, they've got a new AI feature in Chrome to warn you about spammy website notifications.
Oh, those can be really annoying and sometimes dangerous.
Right. So another on-device machine learning model flags notifications that look shady or misleading.
And then what? It blocks them.
It gives you a warning and options. You can easily unsubscribe from those notifications, or if you want, you can choose to see the blocked content anyway.
That sounds useful. Gives you control, but filters the junk.
And connecting this back, Google also shared some stats. They said their AI in Google search is already blocking way more scammy pages than before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a big increase. And they've seen a drop in specific scams, like fake airline customer service numbers showing up in search results.
Wow. So AI is actually making a dent in that fight.
It seems like it. It's becoming a really critical tool for defense online.
Definitely feels like an ongoing battle. Okay, so from security, let's move over to e-commerce. Amazon's got something new.
Yep. Amazon rolled out a generative AI tool. This one's aimed at their sellers, helping them improve their product listings.
Improve listings.
How?
Like making them more detailed.
Exactly. For sellers, especially those with lots of products, keeping listings complete and, compelling can be tough.
I bet.
So this tool, it's called Enhance My Listing. It uses AI to automatically suggest better titles or maybe missing details, descriptions.
Attributes and stuff.
Yeah, attributes, even things based on like seasonal trends, stuff the seller might have missed.
Okay. And the seller gets the final say.
Oh, yeah. They see the suggestions and they can accept them, reject them, or tweak them before anything goes live.
And Amazon's using their own AI platform for this.
Bedrock.
Using their Bedrock service and tapping into all that customer data they have, what people click on, what sells well, to make the suggestion smarter.
Makes sense. Is this widely available yet?
It started with just some sellers in the U.S., but they're planning to roll it out more broadly.
Is this the first time they've used AI for sellers? No, they've had other tools before, like AI to help write descriptions or even create a basic listing just from a website link or an image.
And how did those go over? Did sellers actually use them?
Apparently, yeah. Amazon said over 900,000 sellers tried those tools. And get this, about 90% of the time, sellers just accepted the AI content as is. No changes.
90%. Wow.
Yeah.
That's efficient, I guess. But does that worry you at all? Like, are sellers maybe not reviewing it carefully enough? Could lead to generic or even wrong info?
That's a really good point. High adoption is one thing, but quality control is another. There's definitely a risk of errors or just bland descriptions if people rely on it too much without checking.
Yeah.
But, Amazon's definitely not alone here. Lots of others, Google, eBay, Meta, Shopify, tons of startups are all pushing generative AI for marketing and e-commerce.
Right. It's a huge trend. Automating content, making marketing easier. Okay, let's shift again. Creative tools this time. Figma made some big announcements.
Oh yeah, Figma dropped a whole bunch of new features. And AI is a big part of it. This really feels like they're stepping up their game.
Competing more with Canva, Adobe, maybe even those AI website builders.
Potentially, yeah. The range of tools is pretty broad. First, there's Figma Sites.
Okay, what's that?
It's an AI tool for actually building websites. Designers can basically take their prototypes in Figma and turn them into published working websites.
Whoa, so straight from design to live site. That sounds huge for designers.
It could be. Cuts out a lot of the usual handoff process. Plus, it's got collaborative editing, and they're adding a CMS, a content management system.
So you could manage blog posts and stuff right in Figma, too?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay, what else?
Then there's Figma Make. This one seems more focused on the early stages, ideation, prototyping web apps.
How's that work? You give it a prompt.
Yeah, basically. Describe the app you want, and it generates a prototype. And it's collaborative, so teams can work on it. Developers can even jump in and mess with the code.
And you can add little interactive bits.
Generate and embed small interactive elements.
So, sites for finished websites, make for prototyping apps. Is that the idea?
Pretty much. Figma CPO kind of laid it out like that. Sites for more polished marketing or design sites make for faster, high-fidelity prototyping, testing out ideas for apps.
Interesting. And you see this trend elsewhere too, right? AI making interactive stuff.
Totally. Website hosts, no-code tools, everyone's getting into it. It's worth remembering Figma actually had an earlier prototyping tool they pulled back because users had concerns, so they're probably being careful this time.
Right, lessons learned. Anything for marketers specifically?
Yep, Figma Buzz, designed to help marketing teams churn out assets in bulk.
How? Using templates?
Yeah, using designer-made templates, but then using AI for image variations, background changes, even pulling data from spreadsheets to customize things could really speed up campaign production.
Sounds like it. And one more.
One more big one, Figma Draw. It's a proper vector drawing tool right inside Figma.
Oh, so you don't have to jump out to Illustrator or something else for vector work.
Exactly. Adds things like text on a path, pattern fills, brushes, lasso tool, stuff designers need for illustrations and icons.
Okay, so they already had slides for presentations, now sites, make, buzz, draw. It really sounds like they're building a full creative suite.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? Even though, like you mentioned, their CPO says they're not trying to be Adobe or Canva directly.
Still focused on digital product building, emphasizing their developer users.
Yeah, that's the messaging. But these tools definitely make Figma way more versatile. They even launched a new subscription tier, a content seat for access to Buzz, Slides, FigJam, and the site's CMS.
Signals broader ambitions, for sure. Wow, okay, that was a lot. Let's try to quickly wrap up the main points.
Okay, quick recap. We hit Microsoft's DeepSeek app ban due to data security fears in China, even while they offer the model on Azure.
Right. Then Google, using its on-device AI, Gemini Nano, in Chrome to fight scams and spammy notifications, real-time protection.
Then Amazon's Enhance My Listing AI tool, helping sellers automatically improve their product pages.
Potentially huge for e-commerce efficiency, though with maybe some quality questions.
And finally, Figma's big launch. AI-powered tools like Figma Sites for building websites, Figma Make for app prototyping, Buzz for marketing assets, and Draw for vector graphics.
Yeah, really positioning themselves more broadly in the creative space.
It's just kind of amazing how fast AI is getting integrated everywhere, isn't it? Security, shopping, design.
Totally, it's moving so quickly, which really makes you think, doesn't it?
About the bigger picture.
Yeah. With all these rapid changes, AI, insecurity, commerce, creativity, what are the broader implications for our data privacy, our online safety, maybe even what creative work looks like in the future?
That's the big question, isn't it? How will these things keep evolving, and how will they really impact all of us, our lives, our jobs down the road?
Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.